Hey, futurist Jim Carroll from the virtual broadcast studio. Week number 3, I've started doing this thing where I'm covering what I wrote about in my previous week in my daily inspirational post. Now, you have to understand the context of what I'm doing. Since August 2016, every single morning, 5:30 a.m., I'm an early riser. I'm thinking about innovation, trends, disruption, the future, and I've been putting that into a daily post where I cover those issues. Some are inspirational, some are downright depressing. I'm getting close to about 1,500 of these things. I haven't missed one single workday since the start, way back in August 2016. They've become my little personal obsession. What I'm doing recently is I'm putting a little more context as to what I'm writing about. So let's take a look at what I wrote about last week and how this might help you think about what you need to be doing going forward into the future. Monday morning, this is what I wrote: never let a setback set you back. In the context for this, I want to read you a little bit from the blog post that I put together, because what I was thinking this day is that, look, if we're dealing with innovation and we're dealing with a challenging future, it's not going to be an easy path forward. We'll often run into barriers, we'll run into challenges. There are going to be people who are going to battle you along the way. You're going to be surrounded by people who are trying to belittle your ideas. If you have any type of idea, there's people who are going to be ready to dismiss it. If you're trying to seek yourself a better future, there's going to be people who are trying to destroy that future. And if you don't guard against that reality, you won't see your project through. So what you really need to do is you need to be in a mindset that, you know, if I didn't get it right the first time, I can get it right the next time around. Setbacks are part of the process. Let me give it another shot. That should be something that's in your mind always. I need to try again. That should be a key part of how you think about how you're going forward into the future. And that's what I was covering in Monday's post. Tuesday, I got up, and this is what came to my mind as I started the day. You never realize how much something is holding you back until you get rid of it. And I think that's a really key issue. And I'm talking here about the innovation killers, the attitudes that you sort of get in your mindset, that you develop these sort of barriers in your mind that I can't accomplish something, I can't do something, it's too difficult, it'll never work, it's not something that is in my skill set. I think that is a significant barrier that can really hold you back from what you can try to accomplish in terms of doing something with going forward into the future. And you've got to guard against that. And that's why I think this phrase is something that can really provide you some powerful guidance. You never really realize how much is holding you back, how much something is holding you back. Your mindset, your attitude, people who surround you, bad habits, destructive behavior, whatever the case may be. You never really realize how much something is holding you back until you get rid of it. Once you get rid of it, you realize, wow, you know, that was the thing that was causing me so many problems. And this is how I think as I begin to approach each and every day. I mean, I'm, you know, in a mindset now as to what can I do to ensure I'm aligned to the future and chasing opportunities with my clients and keeping a positive mindset, you know, despite all the volatility that we have in our world. You never realize how much something is holding you back until you get rid of it. Wednesday rolls around, I get into this new frame of mind. What can we really do to deal with these challenges that surround us? And I wrote, you know, shift your thinking. Don't say, how did I get here? Say, how can I go there? What I'm trying to get across to those who follow me, and you have to understand, I put these posts out on Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook, and they go out via Substack now, and they go to my website, and a whole bunch of people are reading them, and I get tons of feedback. What I was trying to capture this particular day is you need to become someone who is really forward-oriented. You can't sit there and say to yourself, well, how did I get here? You've got to think, how do I go there? You can't sit back after some trend has happened and go, whoa, what happened? You've got to be at a mindset, I'm going to make this happen. I made this happen. You can't say when a trend happens, I didn't know that. You want to be forward-oriented. You want to be able to say, I already knew about that, and I was ready for it. You can't be somebody who says, I never saw that coming. You've got to be somebody who said, I'm going to be the person who's going to make this happen. And what I wrote into this particular post, to be forward-oriented, you've got to be somebody who anticipates change rather than being surprised by the change. You've got to be reactive, not be proactive, not reactive in your actions. You've got to have a willingness to embrace change. change your future before the future changes you. You've got to surround yourself with the right type of people, people who are looking forward, not those who are looking back. You've got to have a strategy that is far more focused on where you should be going rather than where you've been. You've got to have a very effective, I call it a trends radar, which will help you understand and spot the issues that are going to provide challenge and opportunity going forward. You've got to have an active strategy to align to those trends rather than going back. So that's what I covered on Wednesday. Thursday, I had a little bit of fun. My friend, the robot. One of my favorite themes is that we're now in a situation in which companies that do not yet exist will build products not yet conceived, using materials not yet invented, with methodologies not yet in existence. And that's what I was trying to capture in the quote on Thursday. At this very moment in time, somebody somewhere is busy inventing something that will be so common in your life in but 10 short years, you're going to have wondered how you ever lived without it. I think that's the reality we find ourselves in today. That's what disruption is all about. There are people out there right now inventing the future. You need to be in the mindset that you're going to watch for those trends. You're going to watch for those opportunities. Maybe you're that very person who's going to invent the thing which is going to be so common to everyone's life 10 years from now that you want to be a part of it. Friday rolls around. Here's my quote. Most armchair quarterbacks have never played the sport. This I wrote in regards to the tragic invasion of Ukraine. Here's the thing. Have you noticed how quickly people who were experts on epidemiology and vaccines and political protests in Ottawa are all of a sudden geopolitical experts on the tragic situation unfolding in Ukraine? And I think what I'm trying to get across here is that, look, we're surrounded by people who explain that they have expertise in everything, but they actually have knowledge in nothing. And this, I think, is part of the frustrating period of time in which we live today. We have so much myth information, M-Y-T-H, myth information surrounding us, and we're surrounded by people who profess to be experts at everything and have knowledge on absolutely nothing. So, I mean, this is what I was thinking about last week. You know, I get up every morning, as I say, 5 a.m., 5:30, roll it out. You can follow me at inspiration.jimcarroll.com. You can access all of these insights. Each one includes a little blog post. They go way back to 2016. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Substack, and on my website. And I also have a daily email. You can join the mailing list there. You know, look, I'm hoping you participate, follow them. I'm getting a huge amount of energy putting them together each and every day, and I've decided to do a little film once a week to explain my thought process. If you've got things that you want me to cover when it comes to disruption, trends, innovation, the future, stuff like that, ask.jimcarroll.com. I've been running a little series called Ask a Futurist. Willing to talk about anything and everything. Really exciting news last week. I was on stage at an event in Phoenix talking to 400 dentists about the future of the dental surgery industry. There's a lot of in-person events coming up, and I'm excited to get back on stage, but I've got my virtual broadcast studio here, and I'm going to be continuing to use this to cover what we need to be thinking about in terms of disruption, trends, the future, innovation. That's it for now. Futurist Jim Carroll from the virtual broadcast studio. Feel free to send me your questions and give me a follow. Have a good day. Over and out.